So on the Met Office aviation site, we've checked the F214 and the 215. For the F214, the relevant area for us, having checked the validity, date etc. and time, is indicating southerly and further down into the borders westerly. So we're expecting something in the region of southwest, and the actuals prove to be largely that. There's a noticeable inversion, and that was what we saw, but some punchy thermals low down. For the F215, which is the weather, forecast weather, the interesting area we've got today is a bit of a sort of Bermuda Triangle between two moving lows, one of which is moving very slowly, which is to the northwest of us, and one of which is moving relatively quickly, which is to the southeast. That one's moving out to the North Sea. And between the occluded fronts associated with those lows, we've got Area C, as it's been designated today. And that was largely what we saw. So overall, we had 30 kilometres horizontal visibility with no weather, and we did have, as forecast in the vicinity, some showers, but none while we were flying. And when we packed up slightly early, mainly because it was very cold and the snow was very wet, we got a very light shower of rain in Dundee. Cloud base etc. was largely as predicted as well. So everything held together with the Met Office conditions.
Clouds are beetling, so I'll rig up the speed system. So we'll get the scoop where the air should change direction. Make life a lot easier. It's got to slog through to it. Okay, now that might be short term, but at the moment that's enough to work. Airspace. Okay, we'll get a bit more sun. Yeah, I got some fairly big drifts in this lot. Okay. Run all the checks. Tactile visual audio. Airspace, of course. Looking above as well. Let's take maybe 10 kilos of my weight off the snow at the moment. I want to cut along, clear of the snow trap. It's been better there. Okay, so you tiptoe across here. Yep.
information which I'm reading directly from the wing, not via the brakes but the harness and the risers, is indicating
Definitely don't want to
that
go off in
today,
all
while
ones.
there is a waiting room of wind, so there's enough breeze coming up there for me to stand under the wing with just little steps harnessing, controlling it. Most of the changes I'm feeling in the wing, and when I'm feeling lift, it's very much a vertical feeling rather than it being wind, ridge feeling. So most of the lift today I'm anticipating to be from thermal action, with just that waiting room of enough slope lift, ridge lift, to make it worthwhile waiting under the wing.
So I'm just wanting that extra bit of lift coming in. Okay, try that. Launching! Right, watch for the ground speed picking up as the air spills round the hill.
By the time Ross got up to the top of the hill, which is actually at the end of this clip, and then had got its wings set up, he'd probably been up there for about 15 minutes, and I'd done quite a few small flights, all in similar conditions. Then Ross launched off for his first flight, and it was at least an hour,
Tough for
and I would
Twisto.
say 70% or more of the lift that he was getting, as I was thermal lift, compared to a day when we'd be flying predominantly ridge lift sometimes. So very, very thermic day, despite the inversion, meaning that we were
Bit
having
deep here.
difficulty getting up that high, but there was enough for me to do 360s over the hill. Now, when we're looking out over the North Sea, which probably doesn't show up too well on the camera, there was a noticeable inversion layer as per the F214 forecast, which I would estimate to be between 3 and 5,000 feet, so a very distinct inversion layer.
Cut across this bit. Same here. Okay, another bit coming in. Launching! Okay, birds up. Bit flapping. Soaring there. Okay, stay a bit more along this end this time. bit better. At least it's higher. And touch onto that bit. Right. Remember, gorse bushes usually feet are so high at an absolute minimum. So I keep most of my weight on the glider. Okay. Hard work today. Yeah, still out my boots. Aye.